Hi, I'm Justin,
And I'm Myra.
and today we're going to go into what is it? What is it to live out of alignment? And that is like driving without a steering wheel. So let's start with getting clear on how we perceive the word alignment, right? Because this can be applicable, the structure, in any conversation, in any relationship in your life right now, which is if you have a relationship, but it was built upon a poor concrete, a weak foundation, which is our relationship right here is essentially going to happen through the vehicle of conversation. And that conversation is founded upon a certain point. And so we're looking at alignment. So doesn't it make sense to make sure that the foundational point of the conversation is clear and precise before we move forward at all? So let's hear it. What do you think? How do you see alignment?
I see alignment as a full body yes. So, alignment is something that feels harmonious, and every cell in your body is saying yes to something. And so, there's no friction, and there's a pull, and there's a open feeling of flow. How do you see alignment?
There's no friction. So often in life, I feel as if subtraction, or in other words, negation, is one of the simplest ways to move, right? Because what's the bottom line? The only constant is change. You can't step into the same river twice. So that implies movement. Whether we're psychologically moving, thinking, feeling, or physically, or both. But here, when we look at alignment, it's to understand that alignment implies no friction. So rather than saying what alignment is, we can start with what alignment isn't. So now let's look at friction. And this is built off of, we can't have friction if we're aligned, so we better understand the nature of friction. And this is what we were just talking about. I was looking at my audio input, and it's just gently being observant and aware, and I noticed my OBS recording software was capturing Myra's voice, but it wasn't capturing mine. And then, through a certain way of being, living life in a certain manner, naturally I didn't go to worrying. But I don't know, the answer just came itself. And the point is here that rather than starting the recording and getting through it and having my audio cut off, I asked the question. I was skeptical. Why isn't that capturing? So the essence of no friction is not necessarily a curiosity, but this openness where you don't necessarily have resistance toward things which are unpleasant, but rather you ask questions, you're skeptical. You have a doubt, but a healthy doubt. So I was like, my doubt was in, usually this green bar is constantly in motion if it's capturing my audio. So I doubted what's happening. My audio is probably not being captured. Therefore, I did not have friction. I just went through a natural, aware of something. If you and see, right, we'll zoom out, we'll step back. The bottom line here is that there's a way of living where you don't take everything so personally. I could be like, what's wrong? Why isn't this working? Mwah. Or I could be like, okay, right? If my audio is being recorded, it'll show me that. All right? Bottom line, not personal. Nothing to do with me. Okay, well, it's not moving. That's the fact of the matter, right? No resistance, I'm not angry, not even curious. I'm more so like, all right, what's going on? Let's look at this situation from a totally neutral place where personally I'm not attached to a certain outcome, which would be this audio software technology working. So this is really what alignment is on a natural, obvious daily level. It's going through the things which you used to see as problems and realizing that though everything is happening for you, like your fears, your pains, your annoyances. And of course, this is why I use that phrase, let's zoom out, because baby, we need to zoom out. I get zoomed in, everyone gets zoomed in, right? There's cars, there's excitement, there's emotions. But geez, can we zoom out and realize that there are levels of perspective? So that is essentially, I think, hitting on a lot of what alignment is. It's this dynamic. You need to be able to zoom in and zoom out if you're going to live a aligned life. And to zoom in and zoom out, you have to understand what the essence and nature of friction is, because that friction is sort of your guide toward zooming in and zooming out.
You said so many great things. Let's see, where can I start? I feel the neutral observer perspective. This is something that allows you to see what is without projecting. And the example you just gave is beautiful. It's a simple example, but the structure can be found everywhere. And I feel this alignment to actually notice, oh wait, my audio isn't captured. Oh wait, there's some sort of problem. And even labeling it problem is already a projection, because it's not a problem. It's just something that is. So alignment is also the absence of projection. It's the absence of desire, wanting a desired outcome, or projecting your needs or your past experiences. This is also a big one. So it's kind of like it's the ego. And so when the ego is not dominant, then we can experience alignment, because alignment happens with your true self. But the ego was trained by outside forces, like by society, by people who raised you. So the ego reflects other people's values, while alignment shows you your own values. And alignment lives in this neutral space, because things are the way they are. And the less friction the ego brings in, this means we can open ourselves up, just look and then fix it, just the way you did with the audio. And so a different way, let's just imagine for a second, would be the ego comes in, the ego is angry, why is my audio not captured? And then the ego gets blind. First of all, this could go two ways. Like the ego gets really angry and blind and is not able to see, oh wait, you just have to switch on another input. Or the ego is like, nah, that's not a problem. That's projection. That's a desire projected onto a situation, but it's not real. And then this, no, it's not a problem. Then you record something for 40 minutes and don't have audio. So by creating this neutral space, you're able to see, oh, so that's the situation, because you're neutral. And then you calmly adjust the situation in a way so that you get the outcome you'd like to have.
It's more than fascinating how it's not through wanting or seeking or chasing an outcome that you, to feel and see so deeply and clearly that I don't want to use the word it's subtle, but what we're looking at here is you can get things that you quote unquote want or desire, but you cannot get those things through living in the energy that is desire and want. To attract the things that you want and desire, you have to figure out and have an insight into the nature of what you are and how energy works. As in, that alignment implies, or maybe subtly here implies that could something be attracted. But what does it mean to align, right? Kind of to get in line with something, to get your energy in line with what it is that you would like to attract. It's kind of that simple. If you're going to align yourself, what are you aligning yourself with? A certain vibrational frequency, which is, it can't be put into words. Energy is beyond words, but you can surely feel it and hear it in my tone of voice and in the language and the words and the precision that I'm employing. So Myra said something that was so beautiful. And it was essentially like alignment is the absence of something. I forget what she said. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm referring to?
The absence of projection.
See, and that's what I wanted to take a moment to go into is, right, we look at what it is to project. What are you projecting? You're projecting an energy. Is that energy aligned with what you'd like to attract at the very root? And you see, it takes a bit of cleaning and growing up to understand the nature of energy because it speaks to you in intelligent ways. Not dull, mechanical, simple. Let me step back. Not dull and mechanical ways, but intelligently simple ways. But the thing is that we'll tend to overcomplicate life. And therefore, the simplest thing in life is energy, as it is our foundation to the other fundamental part of life, which is thinking and emotion. So a lot of people feel as if thought and emotion are fundamentals to humans, but there's another level of fundamental, which is energy. So, right, rather than looking at the symptom, which is thought and emotion, you look at the motherfucking root. And the root is that energetic vibrational frequency. Then you start to get that in line with what you'd like to attract in your life. What does it mean to project? To project is to push something out. What are you pushing out? Probably a want or desire. So you attract your wants and your desires through getting in alignment energetically. You do not get your wants and desires through living from an energetic root, which is the want or desire. Phew. I'm learning here. I didn't know I knew that. Wow.
Yeah, this is a beautiful point. And it's the law of attraction. That's, I feel, in so many ways, that what we can observe also in daily life. Because when you have a certain frequency, when you have a certain mood, or when you radiate, when you are in a certain energy, then you attract the same things. And it can start very simple, like just when you're on the street and smile to a stranger. What happens? Most people will smile back. It's energy. And it's because you're calm.
Wait, can I interrupt you? I raise my hand because I'm asking. I'm asking.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. And that is how beautiful of an example she gives. To just like, hey, hi. It's just like that. Because, that seems super simple, but on a psychological level, that implies you're not stuck in your own self-conscious fear of, what if I say hi to them and they don't smile back? Useless thought. Just say hi and smile. And of course, you can't force this. And this is what we're talking about, which is energy. You have to figure out and learn about yourself. You have to know thyself to start to have an insight into what behavior is and how energy ripples. So we're 16 minutes in. This beautiful. I think I did a good job asking, right? Not interrupting people. You don't want to do that if you want to increase the likelihood of conversations being as smooth and frictionless as possible. I'll give you one other good hint, which is usually people don't like to be told what to do. Probably you don't want to go around telling people what to do, just from the bottom of my heart. But take that for what it is. I'm not telling you what to not do. And so, bottom line is here, if you enjoyed this, Myra and I more than grateful if you share it with a friend, if you mention it to your mom, your grandma, whatever you want to do. But if this energy moved you, resonated with you, helped you potentially help yourself, cool. I'm glad. Ich bin froh, more than glad. And so in description, I'll have my newsletter. I'm writing long form writing 3 to 4 times a week. You will benefit from it. I can guarantee you that. And it's free. So anything else on your end, miss?
Yeah, my newsletter will be in the description as well. And I can highly recommend Justin's. And mine too, of course. And drop a like and a comment what you enjoyed the most.
Cheers.